Hello, everyone. I'm James. Welcome back to Easy English for You. I want to start today with a place that millions of people dream about. Silicon Valley. You know this name. Maybe you have seen it in movies. Maybe you have read about it. Apple, Google, Meta, Tesla, the companies that changed the world, all in one small place in California. And the people who work there? They are not normal people. They are the best engineers, designers, and thinkers on the planet. From every country, from every culture, from every corner of the world. Now, here's what I want you to think about. These people, they all sit in the same meeting room. They all write in the same Slack channel. They all talk to each other every single day. And the language they use? English. But here's what nobody talks about. What does that English actually sound like? What really happens inside those rooms? Not in the movies, not in the textbooks, in real life. Today, I'm going to take you inside, and what you hear might surprise you. But first, I need to talk about something that is living inside your head right now. A belief, a very strong belief that is quietly stopping you from speaking English. You believe this. To work in a global company, my English must be perfect. I cannot make grammar mistakes. My accent must be clean. I must sound like a native speaker. Am I right? Almost every English learner in the world believes this. In Japan, in India, in Korea, in Vietnam, in Germany, same belief, same fear. And this belief, it feels true. It feels logical. Of course, if you work with Americans, you need to sound American, right? Let me show you something. Let me take you into a real meeting, a real conversation between two real people who work in Silicon Valley. The first person is Arjun. He is a software engineer from Bangalore, India. 3 years at a top tech company in San Francisco. The second person is Yuki. She is a UX designer from Tokyo, Japan. 2 years at the same company. This is a real conversation between them, a normal Tuesday morning, before the team meeting starts. Listen carefully.
Yuki, you see the new design?
Yes, I see, but homepage too much things.
Yeah, I think same. User confuse.
We need to make simple, less button maybe?
I tell manager today. You agree?
Yes, I agree, but manager maybe say no.
Maybe, but we try, okay?
Okay, let's try.
Good. After meeting, let's talk more. 5 minutes?
Yes, 5 minutes. Good.
Did you notice something? Too much things. That is a grammar mistake. The correct sentence is too many things. User confuse, also not perfect grammar. The user is confused is correct. Yuki said, make simple, not make it simpler. These two people make grammar mistakes every sentence, and yet, did they understand each other? Completely, every single word, zero confusion. Now I need to ask you something. Who told you that English must be perfect to work? Think about that for a moment, because here's what is really happening in Silicon Valley. The goal of language is never perfection. The goal of language is connection. And connection does not need perfect grammar. Connection needs something else entirely. What is that something else? That is exactly what I want to show you today. And when you understand it, the way you think about English will never be the same. Let me start with the most dangerous word in English. That word is perfect. Every year, millions of people study English. They study grammar rules. They memorize vocabulary lists. They practice pronunciation until they sound almost like a native speaker. And then they get into a real conversation and they freeze. Because the other person speaks too fast, or uses words they don't know, or says something unexpected. And that word, perfect, becomes a wall they built themselves, with their own hands, brick by brick. Every grammar rule is another brick. Every pronunciation drill is another brick. And one day, the wall is so high that they cannot speak at all. Does this sound familiar? Here is the truth about how Arjun and Yuki think. They did not learn English to be perfect. They learned English to get the job done. Arjun has one rule. He calls it his 3-second rule. If he cannot say something in 3 seconds, he cuts it in half, then cuts it in half again, until it fits in 3 seconds. So instead of, I would like to suggest that we reconsider the current approach, he says, different approach, better, want to try? 7 words, not perfect, but powerful. And Yuki? Yuki discovered something that changed everything for her, something that most English learners never figure out. She realized that Silicon Valley does not reward the person who speaks the most. It rewards the person whose idea is remembered. So she started writing her ideas on Slack before every meeting. Short sentences, simple words, clear pictures. And when the meeting started, people already knew her idea. She did not need to explain. She only needed to confirm. Yes, that, my idea. 3 words, and the room nodded. Now here's what I want you to see. Arjun's 3-second rule, Yuki's right first strategy. These are not accidents. These are systems, personal systems that they built to communicate clearly without perfect English. And this is the thing nobody teaches you in English class. Fluency is not about grammar. Fluency is about having a system, a personal system that works for you. So the real question is not, how do I fix my grammar? The real question is, what is my system? And I am going to help you build yours. But first, I want to introduce you to one more person, because this person made a mistake that I see everywhere. A very smart person, a very hard-working person, who almost failed in Silicon Valley, not because of bad English, but because of too much English. His name is Minho, and his story might be the most important one of all. Minho is a data scientist from Seoul, Korea. Before Silicon Valley, he studied English for 15 years. 15 years! He read every textbook. He watched every American TV show. He could write a perfect essay. He could explain complex ideas in beautiful sentences. His first week in San Francisco, his manager asked him a simple question. Minho, what do you think about the new data model? And Minho answered. He answered beautifully. He used complex words. He used perfect grammar. He spoke for 2 minutes, and when he finished, his manager looked at him and said, "So, should we change it or not?" Minho had spoken for 2 minutes, and his manager did not know the answer. That was the moment Minho understood. More words does not mean more communication. Sometimes more words means less communication. His manager pulled him aside after the meeting and said something that Minho never forgot. In this company, the smartest answer is the shortest answer. Let me say that again. The smartest answer is the shortest answer. Now, Minho has one rule. Before he speaks in any meeting, he asks himself one question. What is the one thing I need them to understand? Just one thing, not 5 things, not 3 things, one thing. And then he says that one thing, as simply as possible. The model is wrong. Here's why. Here's the fix. 3 sentences. Done. Now people listen when Minho speaks, not because his English got better, because his communication got better. So now we have 3 people. Arjun with his 3-second rule, Yuki with her right first strategy, Minho with his one thing rule. And you're probably thinking, okay, James, this is interesting, but how do I actually do this? What do I actually practice? What do I say when I walk into a meeting tomorrow? I hear you. Let me give you something concrete, something you can use today, not next month, not next year, today. Here's your one exercise. I call it the 5-word test. Take anything you want to say in English, anything. Now, cut it to 5 words, just 5. Could you please explain that again? Say again, please. I think we should try a different method. Different way. Let's try. When you do this, something strange happens. Your brain stops worrying about grammar, because there is no grammar to worry about. 5 words have no grammar. 5 words just have meaning, and meaning is everything. Try this today, for just 1 hour, only 5-word English, and see what happens. Now, I want to be honest with you, because I respect you, and honest means I tell you the hard parts too. There are moments in Silicon Valley where simple English is not enough. Moment 1, making new friends. Technical English is easy. Social English, jokes, stories, small talk, that takes much longer to learn, and it can feel lonely at first. That is real. Moment 2, getting promoted. When you want to become a leader, companies look at something called executive presence. This means, do people trust you as a leader when you speak? Can you inspire a room? This is harder with very basic English, but it is learnable, I promise. Moment 3, fast arguments. When people are debating fast and ideas are flying, it is hard to jump in. You have the perfect thought, but someone else says it first. This is frustrating, but it gets better every week. So yes, more English always helps, but here's what matters right now. You do not need to wait until your English is perfect. You can start now with the English you have and grow from there. Here's your roadmap. Step 1, survival English. Can you explain what you do? Can you ask for help? Can you say yes and no with confidence? If yes, you are ready to start. Step 2, technical English. Can you write a clear email? Can you explain a problem? Can you describe your solution? If yes, you can succeed in any global company right now. Step 3, influence English. Can you inspire people? Can you lead a room? Can you make people believe in your idea? This is the destination, and the road to get there starts with step 1. Where are you today? Step 1? Step 2? Step 3? Write it in the comments. Tell me your story. I want to know. Let me bring everything together. Silicon Valley is full of people who do not speak perfect English, but they all have one thing in common. They communicate with a purpose. Every word has a job. Every sentence moves something forward. Arjun cuts his sentences until they fit in 3 seconds. Yuki writes her ideas before she speaks them. Minho finds the one thing and says only that. They are not performing English, they're using English. And that shift from performing to using is the most important shift you will ever make as an English learner. Next week, we go one level deeper. We talk about why your English sometimes sounds unnatural. And the answer will surprise you. It is not your pronunciation. It is not your vocabulary. It is not your grammar. It is something most English teachers never mention, something that native speakers do automatically, without even knowing it. And once you hear it, you will hear it everywhere. Every movie, every podcast, every conversation. If you have a question you want me to answer in that video, write it in the comments now. If today helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And one more thing, if you join our channel membership, you get a PDF of today's full lesson, the characters, the vocabulary, the 5-word exercise, the roadmap, all in one place. Clean, simple, easy to review. The link is in the description. Listen to this video again tomorrow and the day after. Every time you listen, something new will click. That's how your English brain grows, not in big moments, in small, quiet repetitions. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep going and keep growing.